Okay, so now we're going to use those special values that you found last time. We're going to use those to solve the triangle. So what does it mean to solve a triangle? It means to find the missing sides. So they give us one side and one angle. So this side is 6. And the angle is 60. Right? Now, that makes this side opposite. This side is adjacent. This side obviously is the hypotenuse. Right? Now, they want us to find the opposite side, and they give us the adjacent side. So if you remember your little rules, where can I put those? I can put those right here. Oh, I should have put them on the other side, shouldn't I? Okay, so we'll put this back where it was. Yeah, baby. Okay, how about this? We'll put these little tiny rules right next to it. How about right there? All right. So I know that if I'm given the opposite and adjacent, because I don't know the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is not over here, and it's not even lettered. I want to find x. X is how long this side is right here. And so opposite and adjacent, hey, that's tangent. Opposite and adjacent. So I have to say tangent. This is how you solve it. Tangent of 60 is opposite over adjacent. So that would be x divided by 6. Hooray! So we can solve this problem right here. Now, we have to know that data that we wrote yesterday. So if you look at your thing that we wrote yesterday, this little sheet right here, you filled out all of these problems, and the one we're interested in is this one right here. Sine of 60. Sine of 60. No, excuse me, tangent of 60. We're looking at tangent of 60. What is the tangent of 60? Well, if you wrote it down yesterday, you still have it, right? The tangent of 60 is the square root of 3 divided by 1. So if you forgot, look at that triangle right here. The tangent of 60 is opposite divided by adjacent. Square root of 3 divided by 1. Now look at this problem. This is the problem we're solving. You say, what are you doing? I made two for fractions. They're equal to each other. That's a proportion. Proportion. So how do I solve a proportion? I cross multiply. So 1 times x, I have to take the bottom of this one times the top of that one. That's x. 1x is x equals 6 times square root of 3. 6 times square root of 3. Hey, believe it or not, we're done. How big is x? X is that big. Oh, wow. How about that? How big is x? So we did it. Let's do it again. All right? So we will clean this out. We'll clean this out. And we'll do this next problem. Here we go. We'll do that problem. So we don't need this either. So we're going to be making proportions. That's still our job, right? All right, so let's see. We're still looking at this angle. we're still looking at this problem. Let's probably erase this business because it's in my way. All right, so we are trying to solve this problem right here. And now the angle is 30, right? The adjacent side, this is the side next to it, is 22, and we're looking for the hypotenuse, right? This is the hypotenuse, this is the opposite side. We don't care about the opposite side. We're only looking for the hypotenuse. Well, what do we know about hypotenuse and adjacent? Hypotenuse and adjacent. Well, look right there. The cosine is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So we need the cosine of 30. So we're going to write that down. Cosine of 30. What is the cosine of 30, I wonder? Well, you got to go back to your other old, the thing we just wrote out. We just figured it out. The cosine of 30. Oh, here, we can figure it out again. If you don't remember, we can figure it out. Where is it? Right there. So we're looking at this problem right here. This one right here. If I want to know the cosine of 30, the cosine of 30 is the adjacent side, that's this one, divided by the hypotenuse, that's this one. Right? So the cosine of 30 is the square root of 3 divided by 2. Now what does that equal? Well, that equals this one here, 22 divided by this one here, x. So what are we looking for? We're looking at how big is x? How big is it? I got to cross multiply. Square root of 3x equals 2 times 22, 44. And then I divide by the square root of 3. Look at that. That's my answer. How big is the hypotenuse? It's 44 divided by the square root of 3. Isn't that messy? Now, if you wanted to, you could find the decimal number. 44 divided by the square root of 3. And it would be 25.4, right? But I don't care about the decimal number. You can write it if you want to. But all they want to know is what is it equal to. That's what it's equal to. 44 divided by the square root of 3. Like I said, if you want the decimal number, go for it. 25.4. There we go. That's how long the hypotenuse is. Let's do it again. One more time. Uno más. All right, we'll get rid of this. And then we'll go over here and do this one. Oh boy. All right, so am I still on my eraser? Yeah, we don't want that. And we don't need that. And we don't need, oops, I got the P off of proportion. And then this last thing. All right, so what do we have here? We have a 45-degree angle. This is the opposite side. This is the hypotenuse, right? Which one is that? That's sine. So the sine of 45 is. Now, if you look back on your little sheet that we had, sine of 45 is 1 divided by the square root of 2. Now, what's that equal to? The opposite divided by the hypotenuse, right? So x divided by 7 radical 2. Yay! Cross multiply. 7 times 1. Why, that's just 7 radical 2. Square root of 2 times x, square root of 2. And then I'm going to divide by square root of 2. By square root of 2. Yep. Oops. The 2's cancel out. The 2's cancel out. X is 7. Ta-da. X equals 7. Hey, we found it. That's the missing side. Nothing to it, eh? All right. Have fun. That's what we're doing today. Bye-bye.